Hello, how's it going, everyone? How's it going? Hello, Sophia. Oh, thank you so much. What's it called? I got pretty, I got really busy over this week. I ended up going to the doctor and I got everything, like, all settled out. As it turns out, my back just has, like, a major, like, muscle spasm. So, I got some medication for it, and my roommate brought over, I guess, one of their parents like back braces. So now I'm streaming with that at the moment. It actually feels a lot better. I think I might be able to like what's it called? Like hold off for a bit longer. The bad news is that I also have an ear infection. During the checkout, during like the checkup, I was like, my ear kind of feels like a little itchy and backed up, and I don't know like what's going on the right side. And they were like, oh yeah, that's infected. So on in addition to like the one back pill I have, I now also have what's it called? Like an antibiotic for my ear and like ear drops. So it was just like a conga line of bad luck, and it all started to come like just out of nowhere this year. Like there was a lot of just stuff where I just had to like go to the doctor and get everything checked out. Like first it was my root canals, and then it was what's it called? My back and ear, and it's like, dude, this has been difficult. But the good thing is that what's it called? I'm able to enjoy my time streaming and enjoy my time with all the company that comes from what's it called? Streaming. Yeah, I finished Metal Gear Solid 2 yesterday, so that was a good time. I didn't think I was going to finish it. I thought I was gonna like stop around like a little before the final boss, or at least by the time you had to fight the Metal Gears. I thought I was gonna stop there, and I was like, oh man, like give me a save spot, and I can just save this for another day. Then like the game just wouldn't stop. I got to a point where it was like as soon as like one particular plot development happened, then suddenly you were just trapped in it. You had options to like save and such, but like they were very like awkward stops. So instead of just being able to equip everything that you want, it's just like, okay, now you're going in for another cutscene. Just a wall of cutscenes. Brilliant game. But it is definitely there's definitely a point when you're just like, what's it called? There was a point where I was just like, oh man, I'm just like watching. And is now I'm back and may miss some future streams on that. What's it called? I know I still got my VODs and such. It'll be nice when you come along, but what's it called? Make sure that you're focused on university as well. All studied up and such. I would probably say college is a really good time. I remember college; it was really nice, but I also mm, would I go back potentially? I know what's it called. I have like a master's, and I was thinking of getting a doctorate, but I think that I needed to find a place that had like my major as the doctorate, and that just wasn't something that like my current university was giving me. So I had to like drop out of like my first semester of PhD just so that I could like wait on it. Because my major was in communications, but like the only like doctorate that was in my school was like for like some kind of like English literature or for like literature. And I was like, I can do a literature major, like kind of do expertises on it, but a lot of my thing was mostly with like film and media. So I was doing a lot more film analysis and media analysis, and so much of that is not literature. So I felt so out of place. I was like, I'm gonna have to wait a little longer for that.
might stretch a bit.
I should probably get the game started, so I'm gonna get out of this music. That was pretty cool. It was a good time. It was hit or miss because, like, what's it called? The chair of my thesis is kind of a psycho. Not the major I hear often. Because usually with communications, like, a lot of my expertise is usually, they usually kind of boil you down to like three like kind of categories. You could either do like, what's it called? Actually, they boil it down to like two categories. It's either like you're studying like things like film and media, or you're studying rhetoric. And usually when it comes to rhetoric, you get stuck in public speaking, like kind of like teaching stuff or positions. But I was a lot more analytical. Like back in my undergrad, I took literary theory and I was like, oh, like analysis, like deeper analysis into like not just like literature, but also like just like words and such. You kind of start to learn about rhetoric on the side, but rather than trying to like deliver the rhetoric, it's more about like, I guess kind of like piecing it together and making sense of it. They're kind of two halves of a whole, but I usually wound up being a lot more focused on like audio visual kind of stuff, like film or television. So I think that I would probably have to go to a different university or travel a bit, but that's going to take a little bit of money. I was thinking that would probably be something that would happen maybe 10 or 15 years from now. Like going back to, what's it called? Going back to university specifically for like for like a mass communication or communication like PhD. I guess my main dream was teaching, like in college, being a college professor. I really liked my teaching assistantship like job, but what's it called? Things didn't align, and by the beginning of my PhD, like my thesis chair didn't want anything to do with me. And was like, look, we would rather have people outside of this school, so we're not going to put you in as an assistant teacher or assistant professor. So then I started to get into business, and that's sucked shit so far. But a lot of the main thing with that is mostly just getting enough money to be able to do fun little hobbies or be able to like express like views and opinions and such. And I think that streaming is just one of the many things I've done, because I like to be a chameleon. I like to be able to like do a ton of different things, put on a ton of different hats, have a ton of different experiences. This is just one of the many chapters that I'm contending with, or not contending with, but I'm going through. I've just been really happy with this because it helps me play a lot of new games, revisit a lot of old ones I like, and then just, what's it called? Just being entertaining. What I'm hearing is your start. Stop humbling me. I'm not trying to humble. I'm just. It's just one of those things where there gets to be a point where you look back on everything and you have to kind of sometimes remember how far you've come. Because at your like darkest or deepest moments, like you only just remember the bad. Or you only just remember where you're at in the here and now, and it can feel really rough. But then, like, all of your doubts that you've ever had about, like, whether you've done anything good or bad, like, it's very much based on, like, everything that you've gotten up till now, rather than having to contend with just the negative feelings that you're in at the moment. Noting down the words of wisdom. More people need to hear this. I've usually seen a lot of people like say these kind of words, but a lot of it's mostly just having to recalibrate, because these are words that I have to repeat to myself, or reminders I have to repeat to myself, because I spiral really bad. When I'm upset or depressed and I'm like, this is who I am now, and who I am now is like this dude who's like watching like just life pass by. I'm like, nah, dude, like you did so much, and like this is just one of the many things you're doing. Like you might feel like you're in a down spot now, but what's it called? Like there's gonna be something around the corner. There's gotta be something around the corner. I'm usually an optimist to a fault, but I think it's what keeps me going. It's the little light that I follow in the darkest of tunnels. Let's see. Part of me is curious why this one's a little more like fluorescent compared to these like dulled out ones. Part of me thinks that this might have like a different like. How does this go? I might like speed through this one a bit. Is it start from the school gates? Yeah, it's. I think that it can be easy to like go to. I guess it can be easy to go to a stream and just think, oh man, it's gonna just be like, what's it called? Someone just kind of like clicking or being focused on the gameplay or going hard, but sometimes like what's it called, we watch streams because we like to like have that little bit of encouragement. The reason I watch other people's streams, or I watch my friends streams, or watch like colleague streams, is because it's nice to hear their perspective, or it's nice to kind of just see somebody being able to enjoy things but also just kind of muse about them. Because what's it called, this world's like a big, what's it called, either like a melting pot or a tossed salad or a gumbo of just different like just different like ingredients or elements that encompass like one like global message of humanity. And I think that sometimes it's easy to lose sight or get angry or get upset, but when you're able to remind yourself that there's other people that are just having their own like just kind of experiences, it's very important to be able to have that guiding light, or to be able to have those little things that keep you going. Because what's it called, there's alert, you learn something new every day, or at least I try to learn something new every day. And even if that like new thing that you learned is that like something tastes bad, or like even if you just learn a new bad experience, at least that's something that, what's it called, you've now taken in, and that you're now used to, and that you can like harden your skin so that you'll be able to take that on next time with ease. Or you're able, it makes like a lot of the sweeter moments all the more sweeter when you're going through something bad. Any little bit of good news feels like it's like the greatest thing you've ever heard. Yeah, it was late. Let's see. What is like the instance? Oh, thank you so much. I still I still get taken aback like sometimes when I think about like, I guess all the, I guess I guess when I think about like having like having a platform, or having a big enough platform where like you could potentially have people that like enjoy your stuff or look up to you, like I think it's something I'm not as used to, and it really like just takes me aback sometimes. Sometimes I just choke up. I remember being like brought like some of my first like things, like getting my first like bit of fan art, or getting my first like, what's it called, like a like two like a few songs that people offered me, and I was just like trying to fight the tears because I was just like, damn, you made this for me. You made this because you think I'm special. I'm just like, in my darkest moments where I don't feel special, I just think there are people that are like fans of you, like fans of me. It's even hard to consider myself a fan of myself sometimes. It's like, damn, bro. But uh, yeah, it feels nice. Sometimes like it's hard not to like just like wipe away the tears and just be like thank you. Like it might be something where you I might like choke up, but what's it called? Wearing your heart on your sleeve and being able to like be vulnerable is kind of the nice thing about streaming. It's something where you're able to have a very like serious response to something. Like there was a time I think yesterday when I was playing MGS2, there's a part of this story that like really makes me break down every time. And I was like, oh man, like this is my second time I'm playing this game, so it's probably not gonna affect me so bad. And then I get to the part and I'm like, oh wait, I'm going between like choking down my tears and like being pumped up for like a cool moment. I'm just like that stuff really, what's it called? Sometimes it's really cathartic to just be like, okay, this part's making me choke up. It's like I don't think I can handle this. That's the fun thing. I love entertainment and media, and I love like things that make you that kind of provoke a response in you. Like it makes you think a lot deeper about like how you're feeling and what you're feeling, and gets you a little closer to what you're like, I guess, kind of like enjoying. So it doesn't feel like you're just kind of like like I guess you don't feel like you're consuming it without like taking in any of the nutrients. Like it's enriching to be able to like have an experience that makes you choke up. Makes the world seem a little bit more worth living in. Yeah, just having those little things that remind you. I watched a couple movies recently, and the first one was Hellraiser. I watched it for the first time. It's very brutal, but it's kind of cool. But the second one was like the 1977 Raggedy Ann like kind of animated film where everything is kind of like a mixture of very wholesome and very weird. And like the parts that are very like weird are like, whoa, like this is like animated really interesting cuz like the animator was like the one that did Roger Rabbit and like The Thief and the Cobbler. But like the music, like it went between like kind of being very schmaltzy and like kind of like a little too like kind of just like we're entertaining the kids, so we gotta like give them a little something, just kind of be like to be able to follow along. But like there's like one song called like Candy Hearts where I was just like, oh man, like this actually got to me. I'm like choking up a bit because it has that kind of like 70s like kind of just like sort of like uplifting but also like sorrowful a little bit. Like it has a very like soft and like kind of like mournful kind of sound to it, but like the lyrics are really peppy. But it's also like one of those things where it's like, man, like this song is just about like I have these little things that remind me of you and the light that you bring me, because like this world is really dark, and when things scare me I just am reminded of the things that keep me afloat. It's a cute movie. It is definitely for younger audiences, but I think that the things that really hooked me in were like was the animation. Like there's like a blob monster named like the Greedy, and like the animation for that is just like intoxicating because it's just this giant like taffy blob just like chowing down on like sweets and just absorbing like just a myriad of things. It's like this like bulbous like pustuous kind of like mound of like slime is so interesting. It's just visually like really off. It's weird, like most of it feels like it's definitely for younger audiences. I mean, no, I don't think anyone's young. I mean like 5-year olds in the sense of like some of it's definitely like we want to be able to entertain 5-year olds without giving them like anything too like I guess intense to think about. But at the same time, like all of the animation is like really fucked up. But like the animation is fucked up, but the songs are like, let's be happy, let's be nice, let's be friends, everything's right. Like you could think of this from the perspective of like somebody that's trying to make a kids movie, but at the same time like because the people that are working on this like are very ambitious when it comes to their like I guess animation, everything feels a lot more visually stimulating than you would expect in the sense of like wow, this is like really off kilter, or this it kind of feels like being in like a fever dream, like being on the couch and just having a major fever dream. Sorry, I'm curious about like if this like part has like a different route. I'm not acting out. What about you? Should you be smoking on school grounds? Oh, it ain't lit, so it's all right. It's an accessory. Ah, the faults in our stars thing. I remember people used to really hate Faults in Our Stars for this. Where he was like, look, I'm not smoking the cigarette, so it's not hurting me. I got the weapon in my mouth, but I'm not lighting it, so I'm not giving it the power to give me, like, more, like, illness. Yeah, this look is a bit freaky. Hey, don't go changing the subject. There's no letting my guard down. Why are you here late? I forgot something in the classroom. Again, you're a piece of work. You don't have nothing with you. Oh? You do. What's that in your hand? Huh? Well, this is what I forgot. I got it from my grandpa. It's really important to me. Girls these days have such weird tastes. Okay, better head straight home. Wait, I can't let you go home like this. Wait just a while. But... Alright, let's check on Mio. Actually, a friend of mine's inside. I think they'll be here soon. My classmate's Mio. Oh, the transfer student. Still smashed. Breaking school rules already. Didn't take her for the type. No, I was the one who dragged her here. Well, whatever. Go take a look. It'll be safer you get home. She's on the first floor. Be careful, though. You don't know what'll be there. What's that supposed to mean? First floor. Be right back. Oops. So I'm guessing that's not the one. Unless it's because I'm right in front of here. She's late. I've been waiting, but there's no sign of her. I'm starting to get worried. I'm gonna take a look. Oh, this is different. Mio, are you there? Huh? Oh. Oh, Mio dies in this one. What? Mio, what happened? Where'd I go wrong this time? One jump scare, my phone would fly. Oh, it's my fault. It's all my fault. I left her alone with the curse bearer. Mio. I'm sorry. The truth is, oh. Yako. Oh, this is oh, that's just a fail state. Witness the death of Yako. My, you seem to have arrived at a less than favorable result. But this was bound to happen. There is someone who must not be trusted. That sounds familiar. If so, you can choose to withhold information. Fear not. You may try as many times as possible. Oh. Yeah, because I guess this guy's a murderer. I think, yeah, that dude's definitely... This is the killer. That has to be the killer. Okay. How do I leave? Like, go back to the story chart. Oh, it was just one of those things where it splintered off. That's what it was. They were just like, you didn't get the fail state, so we're just gonna act like you didn't complete this one. But what about this one? Because it looks like there's a lot more to this. I don't remember if there were other options. Like, what's like the... How do you like skip like the text if you've already like read it? Like, what's the button for that? Maybe auto button display. I am the Spectre of the Spirit Board. Yes, I am the Spectre of the Spirit Board. No, don't fall back to sleep. You must be dreaming. Wake up. Yes, I'm Yako Sakazaki. Good. Oh, thanks for last night. What was that about? Yep, still alive. Okay. Because there's something extra in this. Sorry, I'm like sifting through these because I'm like, I know that there's another route with Yako. It's just having to parse through this. What was the alternative? Like, if I can just get a little further in. The combination of the auto, but also just, like, jamming on the keyboard until, like, all of the options are there. Okay. I think this is, like, the same. I don't think there's any other options here. I think these are both the same one. Yeah. These are things I already knew. No keyboard smashing ASMR though. It's a combination of all three. It's like, let's see if this flies away. Mr. Jinoichi's misdeeds. I don't know, it seems like this entire school is full of people who just do nothing but misdeeds. Like, the teacher is the teacher that got killed is a creep, and then the janitor is like a murder guy. Dirt on Michio. So I read Michio, and it made me think of this one video of a guy who was like looking at all of these celebrities that were in this Yeti film, or this kind of animated Yeti film. And like he kept on revisiting the one poster where Zendaya played a character named Michi. He was like, what's it called? Constantly just like, da 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 da, and Zendaya is Michi. Zendaya is Michi. I think I showed it to my roommate once and they were like, oh my god, this is like the greatest. Like, LeBron James is the Yeti, Zendaya is Michi. Okay, so this is all investigation stuff. There's gotta be other options. What do we do next? Yeah, something tells me all these people are straight up booty. Okay. These are just all the, it's not gonna really give me much. I think I might have to clear the other routes. It's one more thing. I have one last thing I want to do, and it's going back to that first initial thing. I wonder if there's like one option. So if I tell you I'm the Spectre of the Spirit Board, that's seen as a joke. If I say Yako... Oh, wait. No, back. Oh. Jeez. I'm going back to being annoying. Because, yeah, if I call myself Michio, what happens? Your name is Mio, and my name is Michi. I'm Michio? Oh, you must be half asleep. Up and at him, Yako. Up. Nah, that ain't it. That ain't it. Oh, wait a second. I shouldn't unsave there, because I already got a bad ending from this. I'd be undoing the bad ending I got. Oh, hey, Red Boreal, how's it going? I need to get back to the story chart. Let's actually move on. Let's move on, because this isn't going to get done until these other ones get done. So let's save a bit. Life can be tough. Hadouei Shigima. Throughout the night, Richter continues to gather information about the Curse Stones, while Hadouei lies awake until dawn, preoccupied by the prospect of bringing her lost child back to life. Let's do it. Well, yeah, because she went to sleep last night. She slept through all that, at least like 3 different murders. Good morning, ma'am. How do you feel? I'm fine. I hope we can make some good progress today. How's the curse stone looking? I haven't felt anything from it since sunrise. Interesting. It's possible that its powers can only be used at night. That aside, why are you so late this morning? There are unfortunately some things that can't be investigated while the world slumbers. But I did get some research done in what limited time I did have. Very well. Let's talk. We may be surrounded by curses and death, but it matters little. My only concern is whether I can see my child again. By the way, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. And what's that? Our current plan is to steal a curse stone that's already absorbed soul dregs, but I'm wondering if it would suffice to not steal, but instead negotiate with the curse bearer and have them use the right for our own purposes. I mean, I suppose that would accomplish the same, but do you think it's possible? So long as we offer compensation, it may prove much easier than you think. Compensation? Cash, for instance. That wouldn't be off the table for a family as rich as the Shigimas, would it? Of course. Why, any amount would be fine if it get the job done. I won't let monetary matters lead me to regrets, the way it did with the ransom. Okay. With that option on the table, let's figure out our strategy. Do you have a curse bearer with whom we can negotiate in mind? Not yet. Surprisingly, it seems the other curse bearers haven't been that proactive about collecting soul dregs. Did you see the news this morning? No, I haven't. Overnight, 3 mysterious deaths were reported in this area. They've yet to announce the identities of the bodies found, but they've been nicknamed the Hanjo serial killings. It's garnered quite some attention on the streets. Oh my. Only 3? That's what I thought. Even if the victims were curse bearers, just 1 or 2 wouldn't be enough soul dregs. And for what those curse stones are capable of, a mere 3 victims seems a little on the low side. With this little activity all through the night, curse bearers must be a cautious bunch. What's holding them back? Are we not after the power of the resurrection? There may still be some undiscovered victims, but it doesn't seem like anyone has gathered enough soul dregs yet. We might have to set up some bait to spur them into action. And then we offer them the deal. I learned something new about the criminal involved in the kidnapping. It concerns the serial killings. There was a body found in Komagata High School. The person was identified as a school teacher. His name is Kohei Jonoichi. Do you think he was a curse bearer? Not sure. It's possible. But regardless, this means the 2 people who knew the truth about the kidnapping are both dead. Oh yeah, he's quite a dreambot. Just when we were getting somewhere. Yeah, those eyes. It isn't enough to make me give up, of course. Still, we don't know anything about Michio Shiraishi's residence. It'd be wise to pay it a visit. Understood. None of the curse bearers seem very proactive. I wonder if that could be what the mastermind who kicked it all off intended. Oh, that's an interesting theory. You think there's someone behind this? You mentioned hearing Agonized voice telling you to kill when you first obtained the curse stone. That doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. Someone agitated the curses in this area on purpose, and they're likely after the rite of resurrection as well. So you're thinking this person's not one of the curse bearers? You got a sharp mind, ma'am. Though it might seem obvious for the mastermind to become a curse bearer, collect soul dregs if they were after the rite. This would be very risky, since as a curse bearer, they themselves would become a target. So it'd actually be more convenient for them if the curse bearers moved less aggressively. That's right. But despite that, they've been inciting the curse bearers to commit murders. Why? Let's reconsider this. What if the mastermind isn't trying to collect soul dregs themselves? You mean their intention was also to steal the souls while the other curse bearers compete with each other from the start? Sitting back and observing from the sidelines is the safer course of action, which is why I figured it'd be best for us to attempt the same strategy. So, how should we do it? There's still reason to suspect the mastermind could be a curse bearer themselves. To be honest, I want to keep my distance from whoever it is. There's no telling what kind of power they might possess. Whether our aim is to negotiate or steal, we'll have to outpace the mastermind in making contact with the other curse bearers. How are we supposed to do that? At this point, all we can do is search. If there's a mastermind inciting the curse bearers to collect soul dregs, can we be sure if there's even a rite of resurrection? Thank you. Good question. The rite could be nothing but a myth, fabricated to spur the curse bearers into action. I might be right back just to fill the water, but I kind of want to stay on this screen because, like, Richter looks really cute with this pout. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I just had to get some more water. You gotta hydrate. It felt so good when I drank water. I was like, wow. Like, the water's cold and I haven't had a drink in a while? Like, dang. It was just a friendly reminder that I was pretty heckin' thirsty. It's like, shh, easy white chocolate. You don't want to melt. Sorry. Just a little pound. It's hard to do it with the model. What do you mean you haven't drinking water? I've been drinking water, but what's it called? I've had a lot more coffee today, so I need to replace the coffee parts of my body with water. I also had tea this morning, so that kind of doesn't count as water either. I had Lady Grey and like this one coffee I got from Costco that's like it's like, I think coconut and like caramel is really good. One of your muscles scream for help. My back is like, you need to drink more water, you doofus. Seeing it might be for naught. Do you want to give up, ma'am? Never. Understood. After all, we'll never know the truth unless we see it for ourselves. But we'll do it without using the curses ourselves. By the way, I met a few people who seemed like potential curse bearers last night. I did some investigating into all of them. But I only managed to get detailed information on 2. You're a quack. I suppose that's to be expected from an investigator extraordinaire. I appreciate the flattery. First, there's Ayame Tono, the girl we talked to before. But she isn't a curse bearer herself. Man, he looks so dashing like this. This is a fun pose. She's a student attending T University of Art. She currently lives alone in an apartment near Midoricho Park. I can't say Tokyo. It's like, oh man, that's like a real university. We're gonna have to actually like actually acknowledge real life places. It is a JoJo pose. It's so cool. It's like, I know this has to be one. You even determined her address. You're not one to be underestimated, Mr. Investigator Extraordinaire. I called every single university with ukiyo-e in the curriculum, pretending to be her parent. I went around to check on her place on the way here. It doesn't seem like she returned home last night. I'm worried she might have run into some trouble. Did you attempt to follow her last night? I'm embarrassed to say, but I couldn't. She shook me. I couldn't keep track of her. And here I thought you were an extraordinary... And here I thought you were an investigator extraordinaire. I'd like to learn more about her, but it would take some time. She's planning to steal the curse stones just like us. It's best we act careful around her. Next is a tall man, dressed in black. I met him in Kinshicho. He stood out in the way he dressed. I managed to get some good information from him. That side profile's really good, that nice bushy hair. I feel like my hair's gotten to look like this a lot more in real life, and I'm like, dang. Looks like a steady seat I could sit on. Impressive. What can I say? He works as a secretary for Hihaku Soap's chairwoman. I believe his name is Takumi Yumioka. The Hihaku Soap's headquarters and factories are both located in Honjo, correct? Yes. They've been here for a while, but it's only in the past 10 years that the company has shown significant growth. I remember seeing the chairwoman on the news a few years back. She seems to be very shrewd. With the increase in sales, I'd assumed she'd want her factories running at full capacity. But with the harsh restrictions against industrial waste, a lot of the factories with older equipment had to be shut down. That's right. Even 10 years ago, there were many complaints about chemical plants dumping waste into the river. Most companies back then were a lot more concerned with making a profit than protecting the environment. I wonder what a man working for such a company would have been up to in the middle of the night. On the way here, I stopped at the company's headquarters. They hadn't started for the day. I should have better luck later. Let's hope you will. Perhaps they were interested in seeing if the right would be beneficial for their product research in beauty and skincare. Ha! Now that's an interesting thought. I ran into one more suspicious young man last night. This one seemed to be out collecting soul dregs, right? Indeed. I couldn't get a good look at him though. I couldn't gather enough intel to properly identify him. Well, that's a shame. But I can make an educated guess. Oh? You know that researcher who discovered the ancient text on the Rite of Resurrection? The one that lives near here? His name is Hideki Araishi, and the man I met has a very similar stature. Oh my, even he is involved. How awfully suspect. Considering his background, couldn't he be the one who initiated the whole affair? I think it's possible, yes. Which is why I decided to refrain from making contact with him for the time being. Safety first. Understandable. Of course I want to learn more, but this isn't the right time to focus on him. Oh, oops. I prefer to ascertain who else is a curse bearer. First I'll return to Hyaku Soaps to see that man in black. Their headquarters is down South Watagesui Street. In addition to the 3 victims associated with the Honjo serial killings, there's Michiro Shiraishi, who reportedly committed suicide, and the police officer who died at the former Yasuda Gardens. If strange deaths continue occurring like so, they're bound to inspire strange rumors. Those last 2 have nothing to do with the 7 mysteries, no? It's true. Both occurred a week before this accursed situation began. Still, it can't be ruled out. It's possible the mastermind was involved even with those killings. Oh. What if there were preliminary steps to awaken the 7 mysteries curses? Can we really assume they're unrelated just because the timing doesn't add up? Or rather, police officer's death is so baffling that it'd be easier if they were connected to the curses. The victim wasn't the type to be caught off guard easy. You seem to know a lot more about this. I suppose we weren't strangers. My personal feelings might be wrapped up in this one too. I see. If you were to investigate this matter more, you might get a lead on the mastermind. You're right. If we wish to focus on the mastermind's identity, this would be a good starting point. We might even discover more deaths related to curses on the way. We should pay attention to today's news. Well, that's all I have to report. Shall we continue with our investigation? Oh, hello, Sailor Angel's going. Oh yeah, this is Paranormasight. Luckily, we're at the beginning, around like the morning time, so there shouldn't be any scares. But this is a supernatural one about like investigating, like, I guess a lot of these. A lot of the deaths connected to this like kind of curse. These curse stones, where you gather all these curse stones. And if you gather all of them, you get to resurrect someone. But Some people are using this as an excuse to commit murder, so now we are like investigating the murderers. What do you want to do? You still can't use the curse stone, taking a walk should be fun. If you still can't use the curse stone, taking a walk should be a fun place to start. Right. Let's go together. I want to see what's going on for myself. In that case, I trust you to decide on where we should go, ma'am. I guess South Water Gesui. We'll go see that soap guy first. The Hihaku Soap's headquarters, or other side of South Water Gesui Street. They were closed when I visited this morning, but it appears they're up and running now. First, we need to confirm whether Takumi's the man I ran into last night. Then I'll be able to determine if he's a curse bearer. It'd be better to go inside the headquarters alone. You should walk around, visit a cafe for some tea, perhaps. To think, a small soap-making company could grow so much in such short time. They have factories and warehouses throughout the area now. You can see why the director and now the chairwoman Natsue Yamamori is now called the Queen. Oops. You mentioned that Takumi works as her secretary? That's correct. Do you think it's possible he's acting out of her orders? That's exactly my thinking. A curse bearer with both money and power could certainly look at resurrection as their next prize. Negotiating with a person of that stature may prove difficult. It'd be better to go inside alone. Go inside for a cafe or some tea. So an influential person at Hihaku Soaps is potentially a curse bearer? Richter proposed we used money to negotiate for the curse stones. But we could hardly outbid a large corporation if it came down to it. I guess maybe Midori-chan? We're here. This is Midori-cho Park. Ayame Tono lives around here. She wasn't in her apartment when I dropped by this morning. I wonder if it's worth checking again. We won't get much standing around here. Why don't I go and check Ayame's apartment? You don't mean to speak with her, do you? No, I'd prefer to get an idea of what she's up to. I'd like to see if she's home or not, just to potentially get a trace on her movements. Then be my guest. Okay, shouldn't be long. I'm back, ma'am. It's, nothing. I'm afraid so. Still hasn't returned. However, I noticed a few people who seem to be related to the police force keep watch of the area. I don't know if they got eyes in her apartment, but they do appear to be watching the building it's in. Interesting. You got a sharp eye to have noticed them, despite being so covert. What can I say? It's part of the job. However, it meant I had to refrain from knocking on her door and looking around from the windows. I wasn't able to check her electricity meter or mailbox either, unfortunately. You were planning to go that far? We won't make much progress sticking around. This place is connected with the story of Taiko of Tsugaru. Not only that, Katsuhiko Hokusai's home was around this area. They do not shrimp thy back. No worries, I'm what's it called? It's a little difficult to do it with like this with this kind of like backstrap I have at the moment. It might be why Ayame chose to live here. Alright, let's go to the high school. Here we are at Ground Zero, Komagata High School. I guess it's not logical that the police got this place shut down. Teacher's body was found here after all. It's as if the students had nowhere to go, now that the school's closed. This place is said to be connected with the story of the Fool's Procession. Oh, hello, how's it going? Hello, Millie, how's it going? We're just kind of in the middle of doing the investigation with Hadaway and Richter. I wouldn't be surprised if a curse bear decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if that teacher was a curse bearer or not. I expect the police to be baffled since they don't know anything about curses. I can ask around, see what the students have to say. Oh, let's save here just in case. Alright, I'll go ask the students about Michio. I'm back, ma'am. So what'd you learn? The school kids sure love a good rumor. I was practically drowning in stories about Mr. Jinoichi and Michio, most of which seemed dubious at best. Not surprising. Most of what I heard was hardly enough worth a second thought. There was one story that caught my attention. Oh? Some believe that Michio is the one who killed Mr. Jinoichi. Really? The story's got two pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them wasn't news to me. Apparently, he's been mumbling that Michio is gonna kill him for some days now. Fellow teacher overheard his mumbling, told the students. And then it spread like wildfire, I suppose. Rumors that juicy don't stay a secret for long. As for the other piece of evidence, a pigtailed girl here in this school uniform was seen around school late last night. Go on. Although multiple people claim to have seen the girl, not one of them saw her face. Some are proposing it was Michio brought back to life, or that it was her vengeful spirit. But it's not like Michio's the only high school girl to wear pigtails. This rumor might have been made up just to fan the flames. But if it were true, I'd want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping. If she's alive, that'd be ideal. There's still one more thing I should mention. I discovered where Michio lived. The student had a list of student addresses on hand. That's an amazing find. I believe all the students actually have a copy of said list. It truly worries me how easily it was to obtain what should be confidential information. Imagine what would happen if that information got into the wrong hands. Well, so far it hasn't, no? Sure. Let's hope it stays that way. In the meantime, it's now possible for us to visit Michio Shiraishi's house. Alright. Let's go to Michio's home. How'd it go? I went in to visit Michio Shiraishi's family home. However, no one seemed to be there. I got no answer at the door. Oh! It seems to have been empty for a while now. There was a stack of newspapers out front. Social connections running deep. The working class. Social connections run deep in working class areas like this. So I decided to talk to the locals. The timing was really good on it. I met a few nice people. Some old ladies who were kind enough to give me the scoop. Stream didn't connect. Turns out the Shiraishi's reputation really went down the dumps this past year. Is that so? Yeah, thank you, Millie. That was really awesome. It's very well placed. I'll give you the quick summary. They moved here about 3 years ago. Their previous residence was in the better part of town. Michio's father died in a car accident, leaving behind just 2 of them. Michio's mom, Yoshiko, now a single mother, relocated here. At first they got along with their neighbors, many of which were in similar situations, helping and being helped in return. So far so good. What happened? Well, as I said, the reputation began to go downhill about a year ago. A man recognized as Toshiko's common-law husband had moved into the household. His name was apparently Konkichiro Iwai. Neighborhood gossip is something else. Somehow, everyone knew his name. So what of this Iwai character? He was apparently a vulgar fellow with a criminal record. He was prone to violent outbursts. Neighbors often heard screams and shouting coming from the home. The neighbors took particular notice of Toshiko's screams, pleading with him not to hit Michio. That's terrible. As if that's unsettling enough, every night the neighbors also began hearing an eerie chant. Through this, the Shiraishi standing in the neighborhood plummeted rapidly. Toshiko often was seen covered in bruises and wounds. She stopped responding to her neighbors. She would turn the other way when greeted. They kept her storm shutters closed even during the day, and effectively shut themselves away from the entire community. That sounds horrible. Why did the police step in to do something? Unfortunately, under our current laws, the police aren't allowed to get involved with domestic disputes. That's awful. Then Michio reportedly killed herself. Things only got worse with Iwai, and Toshiko was admitted to the hospital and physical with Iwai, and Toshiko was admitted to the hospital for physical and mental abuse. Ever since, Iwai hasn't returned home. Many locals expressed sympathy for Michio's circumstances, but just as many were fed up with the Shiraishis entirely, seemed relieved that things were quieting down again. It seems they were considered outsiders even after 3 years of living here. I don't understand it. Why would Toshiko have gotten involved in such a brutish good-for-nothing in the first place? I heard many stories where one partner's personality does a complete turn after entering a relationship. After her first husband's death, Toshiko's financial situation had also taken a turn for the worse. She was determined to send her daughter to a good high school. Possible she fell victim to sweet promises. Life can be tough, I suppose. You don't seem moved by the story, ma'am. That's fine. People have all kinds of stories. Alright, collect all information on persons of interest. But the Shiraishi certainly hadn't lucked out with theirs, bringing such a violent man into this. Let's see. The Shiraishis were dealt a tough hand. I can't imagine what it was like. Could it be the girl was forced by her circumstances to take part in the kidnapping? It's a bit quieter over here. It's a residential area after all. All these rundown row houses really scream working class, don't they? I never liked messy and cluttered back streets. Gives me the jitters every time. It's reassuring to have someone as strong and tall as Richter accompanying me. He looks so unfazed. I suppose a detective is used to this kind of thing. Always investigating and chasing criminals. I wouldn't be cut out for it. Maybe I have to go back here. Alright, let's kill some time. There we go, we got a little something. Sorry to keep you waiting. How'd it go? I'll fast forward to the conclusion. I met with Takumi. There's no doubt he's the same man I saw last night. But it doesn't mean he's a curse bearer. That doesn't mean he has no connections to the recent curses. He knew all about the 7 mysteries. He even guessed we had a stone of our own. Excuse me? I tried to approach Takumi about a fallen item after I ran into him last night. However, you said your name was Richter, correct? I have a favor I'd like to ask of you. I'm hoping you would hand over the curse stone in your possession. Yeah, he's the one that you first bump into. Like in the, what's it called? When, what's it called? You end up, yeah, he was like the first dude. I think, Shigima. You have to kind of like trick him and then like you like, what's it called? You take him out with the curse stone. But in this timeline, he's alive and just kind of rude. A curse stone? What do you want about? There's no need to play dumb with me. In fact, there's no time for it. I had all the same reasons you did to think you were a curse bearer last night. And your arrival here only confirms it. You're a curse bearer. No. You're right. We lack time. I confess, I'm a curse bearer. I possess the cursed stone of the haunting clappers. I'm glad to hear the truth. Finally, this conversation is worthwhile. Kill my boy once. Oh no. It is a dangerous item you hold. Give it to me. My company will take the responsibility to dispose of it. I didn't know the soap business specialized in scrubbing curses clean. It is the prerogative of Miss Yamamori. Is that so? Assuming you've obtained the curse, you understand the power it involves. No? Miss Yamamori possesses supernatural powers akin to those of a god. She also has a deep love for this land, having transformed it from the pile of dirt it once was to the home of our headquarters. Oh, thanks for the achievement. She cannot stomach the fact that it is now the site of these curses run rampant. So you're telling me the Queen of Hihaku is a real-life witch? She wouldn't appreciate being called that, mind you. There's a sorcerer by the name of Suigen Gamyodo, who's gallantly working behind the scenes, exorcising spirits and the like. Go on. That being so, there have already been instances of the dead coming back to life. You do understand the urgency of this matter. There are curses we're speaking of, tools which are being used by wicked people to possess others. The rite of resurrection is nothing but a fabrication meant to seduce the cursed bearers into unspeakable actions. If you truly understand what I'm talking about, you must hand over that curse stone at once. Very interesting. But that said, just how many curse stones have you acquired so far? What you tell me is true. Surely the company would have launched a full-scale search by now. We have 6. 6? Wow. I can rest at ease then. And here I thought I was at risk of being cursed. It seems we're on the same page. If that's the case, you should hand over your curse stone immediately. Sorry to disappoint, but it's not actually in my possession at the moment. Considering its importance, I've been keeping it in hiding. Really now? Then I'll accompany you while you retrieve it. I'm sorry, but I've got something important to attend to. But I promise I'll return with it later. Very well. Then you won't refuse to provide your address and telephone number, I presume. How prudent of you. I'll oblige. And that's how it went. So they aren't after the right after all. I wouldn't be so quick to trust him. Oh? I believe we're dealing with a master of deception. He may well have made up the story to convince us to part ways with our stone. I think he was lying about having procured 6 cursed stones as well. Really? 6? That's excessive. Well, now I feel gullible. Company's plotting something. I wonder what they mean to do with the cursed stones. He seems rather desperate to get a hold of ours, despite us not having collected any soul dregs. Perhaps the people at Hikaku are the masterminds behind the curses being unleashed. Because the chairwoman's a witch? I wonder about that too. If she really were that powerful, wouldn't her secretary have divulged that information so casually? Takumi was either making it up as he went, or he's trying to spread a rumor. For what purpose would he do that? Recently, people have been caught up about the occult more than ever before. Word spreads that Hyaku's chairwoman had powers. She could very well benefit socially and politically from that mystique. That's unsettling. I'm gonna be back in just probably 10 seconds. I just need some pillows. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, that was a quick one. It really wasn't a batch of seconds. Hold on. Because of my back, I alternate between sitting on the couch and having what's it called? Having pillows set up it's a, what's it called? Like a futon. Here's a quick back and forth. By the way, just being transfixed by Richter, his flowing locks, open chest, fedora. By the way, there's one more thing of interest I heard while in the company's reception lobby. What's that? People were discussing whether one of the bodies found this morning was that of a Hihaku employee. Really? So long as the officials haven't revealed the identity, it all amounts to no more than speculation now. Despite that, I have reason to believe Hihaku Soaps is deeply involved with the 7 mysteries. At the very least, I can assure you I've gathered that much. The more we know, the better our negotiations will go. We should avoid Hihaku for the time being. It'll be a pain to have to deal with Takumi again. Do you think she might be available? We're here. This is the park. Surroundings, think. What a waste of time. We should move on. What's the next thing? This is Komagata High School. There haven't been any developments. I can imagine the students are uneasy after the murder. It may do them to stay home for some time, if not for fear of their safety. Police are probably too wrapped up in solving the case to be concerned about students' mental health. I can see that. It's important that society provides a safe environment that benefits our youth. Some school policies could use some rewriting as well. especially those handling the students' personal information. That's right. I don't want a student being kidnapped on their way back home ever again. I expect criminals to be growing more cunning at this time. As time passes, there may be times where the authorities can't keep up. That's where outlaws such as myself come in. What's this about? Actually, just forget everything I said. It seems the officers are still inspecting the scene. Entry's been strictly prohibited. The news has attracted a bunch of curious onlookers, huh? That works in our favor. More people around, the better we can blend in. Let's see. Everything interactable has been interactable. He appears to be wary of those police officers. Maybe the police really do have something against PIs, just like in those detective novels. Private eyes, I'm watching you. Let's see. Hihaku soaps. Is there anything else I can investigate? He tells me he barely slept last night, and yet he seems to be brimming with energy. Was I too resilient at this age? Perhaps it's what sets us apart from what sets apart the Perhaps it's what sets apart a detective from the rest. How interesting that the Queen of Hihaku, or the witch, whatever she is trying to get her hands on the rite of resurrection. It's like some kind of dark fairy tale. Regardless of whether it's true or not, we must stay one step ahead. Back in the Edo period, the canal known as South Warigesui ran through this area. It's been turned into a major road. It's a bit a ways of Kinshiro Station or Ryogoku Station, but it's still considered a nice area. The stories of the ever-burning lantern and the foot-washing mansion both took place here. One of those bodies discovered this morning was found by this road as well. And this is quite a lively area, huh? I suppose you could call it somewhat of a city center. Maybe the Michios? There's gotta be something. I doubt anyone's still living here. Huh? Oh. So you came here too. What is it? Could you repeat what you know one more time for me, Richter? Oh, snap. Oh, hey! It leads into this. With dusk fast approaching, they have no time to waste. With that in mind, Tsutsumi and Eryo direct their investigation towards Komagata High School and the Shiraishi residence. Alright, we're back to Cop Yowie! Let's start with Komagata. Cause I Komagata be here today. Yeah, it's such a nice swing to it. Here we are, Komagata High. Classes are suspended for the day, so the students are just kind of wandering about aimlessly. This place isn't only connected to the case because the students were under Yoshimi's jurisdiction. It's also the site of the Fool's Procession, and of course where that teacher was killed. Seems like a likely place to find some clues, don't you think? The school gate will stay locked while forensics investigates the scene of the crime. Looks like they're still busy. Let's talk to the person in charge later. The news of the dead teacher has also attracted a fair share of rubberneckers. The atmosphere is kind of tense with this many cops around. Oh right, speaking of schools.
What is it?
You said Paranormal Affairs can't help us right now. So why don't we get that psychic high schooler you mentioned to help us? A lot of people involved in this case might lead back to this school anyway, so it might make things easier to have them with us.
For a guy who questioned me on the legality of working with them, you sure seem eager to exploit underage labor.
Hey, who said anything about exploiting them? I just want to give our young experts the opportunity to shine.
When do you become such a smooth talker? Anyway, I'm afraid I don't know where they are.
Oh, I see. I wonder if there's anyone who could help us scout the area then. Is there something on my shirt? Don't tell me I stink. It's like, no, it'd be very important if you had boy stink, Ariel. It would make you very desirable. Oh, it's just more of this. I wonder if there's anyone who could help us scout out the area. What did I hear? Oops. It's like, did that slip out? I'm sorry. Sometimes I can't help it. Komagata High School's gymnasium also serves as a polling place and evacuation center. A lot of buildings around here are still made of wood, but this place looks safe and sturdy. Come on. I wonder if there's anyone who could help us scout the area. Dunes surrounding school gate. I guess I'm probably gonna have to go. Oh, wait. Oh, school building. Yoshimi also looked out for these students at Sumida City. Yoshimi also looked out for these students as a Sumida City officer. Juvenile delinquency has been a growing problem for years now. This school is no exception. I seem to have interacted with just about everything, so I might have to stake out somewhere else. Wait, think.
9 a.m. Perfectly reasonable time for students to be at school. And yet, I doubt this will be simple.
It seems like Michio's house is at the end of this road. We don't want to intimidate them, so maybe I should go alone.
So, the Shiraishi household. There's a chance that Michio didn't actually kill herself. It might be for her best that we didn't think of we didn't find her parents.
Yeah, Arya's a little dummy thick. I was like, I'm just noticing right now. He kind of looks like that guy who's showering. And he's like, everybody hates me. And his like ass is sticking out. There's that image like, everybody hates me. Oh, yes. It's like, respectfully, I want to be sandwiched between your thighs. Preferably, Ariel.
Ario's checking out the Shiraishi house at the end of the road, and I'm checking out that dump truck behind him. This street's really narrow, so two big guys like us would stick out like a pair of sore thumbs.
It's like, what's it called? I want to be crushed. It's like I want him to do a Bowser ground pound on like me. The houses are really crammed together in these narrow alleyways. Strangers like us walking around would stick out like a sore thumb. It really feels like old Tokyo. Sorry, I got distracted. I was like, wait a second, there's no like check sign around him. Okay. Let's go to the household. Alright, I'll go check the house.
Ario's off checking the Shiraishi household. I'll just wait till he gets back.
We got distracted.
So, the Shiraishi household. There's a chance Michio didn't actually do it. Oh, you're back.
No luck, boss.
No one's home?
Doesn't look like it. I knocked for a while, but no one's come home yet. I glanced at the windows, but there's no sign of activity inside either. And I saw about 3 newspapers stuffed into the mailbox. Looks like no one's home again. Let's try later.
Ario looks kind of disappointed.
Suspend. What does that mean, suspend? Alright, one more time. Let's see if someone new came around here. You read that wrong. Maybe it's Spank. It's like, what's it called? Is this the Spank button? Yeah, I guess there's no new information. I'm gonna go to this place one more time. Because it seems like if I do suspend the investigation, it should probably be near the household. Because that's where what's their name's Haruwe ends up at. You cannot currently progress any further. Once the situation is changed, select resume to try again. Pressing suspend will return you to the story chart. You cannot currently progress any further. I think I know. It's these ones. These are conjoined. Start from location selection. Where is Michio's house? In the middle of the street. Let's see. Let's investigate Komagata. Komagata. And so... Wait. Let's start at Komagata and then suspend it there. And then, like, while we're suspended... I see them! Oh, that's so messy! That is so messy! That's so cool! Not like, what's it called? In one route, you choose where they go, and then the next route, you, like... What's it called? You regroup with them. Oh, that's so neat. I see you. I made you guys go here just now. Oh, that's so fun. What a fun little game. Oh, it's so awesome. Okay. Huh? That's... Boss, what is it? You want to talk to those girls? I do. Yeah, I do. This is divine intervention. We were brought here for this reason. Come on, Ario. What? Hey, aren't you... You must be that high schooler skirting the child labor laws who I've heard of so much. Uh, say that again? Sorry about that. He's with me. Mr. Tatsumi, if that's how you feel, maybe you should look into improving my working conditions. I'd prefer not to work for free, to be honest. Don't you worry about that. If you help us out, you can have whatever you want. Boss's treat.
Wait.
Really? Thank you so much. I always wanted to go to a fancy sushi place. Oh yeah, like one of those places in Ginza. I've never been. Let's go. We got ourselves a deal, right boss? The girls are at our service.
Oh, hold on now. What just happened? I never said I'd... Sushi?
Looking forward to it, boss.
Wait, since when were you included?
Haha, you guys are funny. You should do stand-up. Huh? You want to talk to me? You'd probably be better off asking Mio.
Oh, how much have you figured out?
Well, I don't know what happened around midnight last night. Someone invoked the Feast of Shadows, which boosts the power of curses, then brought forth the 7 mysteries of Honjo. That allows even those who do not have the power to cast curses to gather soul dregs, the rite of resurrection. At least that's my hypothesis.
Sounds about right so far. As I'm sure you know, there are actually 9 mysteries, not 7. When the Feast of Shadows was cast, the cursed stones appeared before those who wanted the rite at the locales of the 7 mysteries. We managed to gather the cursed stones so far, including the one I got first, the Evergreen Beach.
You got 3 already? Wow. We have a cursed stone of the Fool's Procession. Well, Yako, the girl standing behind me, does. That's me. Yako's the girl standing behind me, oh.
She does. You alright? We could take it off your hands.
Well, the Feast of Shadows had no effect during the day. There's still something I want to find out.
Alright. I'll leave the Fool's Procession with you two then.
Thank you. Please keep collecting the other curse stones. I'll be looking for a way to stop the Feast of Shadows.
Okay, got it. That should make things a little more smooth. What about the other curse bearers? Have you run into any of them?
Well, last night at the school... You were here last night?
You see.
Huh? You two are using a spirit board? It's so cool!
So that's when you ran into the cursed echo. I'm glad you survived the encounter.
Somehow, we managed to get away without accidentally setting it off. Cursed echo we saw took the shape of a woman, missing an arm and leg.
What? A woman missing an arm and leg? That's...
Oh boy, that's something that I have to read about. Alright, let's look at some of these files. Okay. 7 mysteries. Which one is missing an arm and leg? Whispering Canal. No, she's got her arms. Fool's Procession. She's got arms. Beckoning Light. She ain't here. Don't look like it's missing any limbs though. Clappers. I don't think it's the clappers. Because this is fire. Evergreen Beach is us. Tycho. Nope. The Foot Washing Mansion is... What's it called? Not that. That's just legs. It might... I think it's the one-sided read. Yeah. That's why he was freaked out. Yeah, one in arm and leg. The one-sided read. Like the actual killer. The
The one-sided read. This is bad.
Huh? What's so bad about that one? You forgot, Ario? The one-sided read is from, what's it called? Nejima, the killer killer.
You fucking idiot! Think! The cursed bearer of the one-sided reed is Fumichika Nejima. He admitted it himself. That's the curse.
Oh, that's right. Teehee.
Teehee! Teehee! Reading comprehension using your ears, that didn't work. Teehee is not good enough.
Oh, that's right. Wait, but if that's the case...
Nejima might have been here last night.
What?
I mean, it's possible he was lying to us, but...
What? Who's Nejima? No clue. Alright, let me tell you a little something about Fumichika Nejima. Actually, let's rewind this a bit. Let me tell you a little something about murders. So Nejima was trying to take advantage of Feast of Shadows for his own nefarious purposes. Huh? He said he was gonna massacre the city at sundown today? And he's trying to get to your daughter too?
That's why I've been trying to find him, but to no avail. Honestly, this information's been the most useful we've gotten so far. Just to be sure, you tell me who else was in school last night?
Well, as far as we know, it was us, Mr. Jinoichi, and one of our classmates, Hitomi. Don't forget old man Ashimiya.
Wait,
Hitomi. Do you mean Hitomi Okuda, second year student?
huh?
Well, yes. Why? Boss.
So, she was here last night.
I saw Hitomi earlier, though. She didn't seem like a curse bearer to me. You did? Did you talk to her? Yes.
Would you mind asking? You mind if we asked you a few questions about that?
Hitomi said she didn't want to talk to the police because she was afraid she'd become a suspect. So I can't tell you anything unless you swear you won't drag her into this.
Ah, see. Don't worry, it's about a different matter.
A different matter? You mean about that police officer, Mr. Yoshimi? You know about that? Did Hitomi say something about him? Yes, she did actually. If we're talking about people who were at school last night, there was one more person, though I'm not too clear on the details.
There was someone else?
Apparently Hitomi saw Mr. Jinoichi getting cursed and killed last night.
What? Talk about some vital information.
What she said happened was... Michio was the one who killed Mr. Jinoichi? Are you sure that was the real Michio we saw? Well, that's what she told me. I wasn't there.
That must mean there's another curse bearer here last night. Jinoichi was killed by a curse, so someone had to have been here, whether it was Michio or not.
Damn, boss. Do you think it really could have been Michio's ghost? I mean, based on what we've heard, she does seem to have plenty of reasons to be vengeful.
Calm your tits. Just because the paranormal exists doesn't mean just anything is possible. It's still possible Nejima was behind Jinoichi's death.
Well, what about Hitomi's story?
About that janitor, Ashimiya, was it? How old is he? I don't even know how long he's worked here.
Why are you so interested in him all of a sudden? I only just transferred this school though, so I have no clue. He was around 50 years old. He came to our school about half a year ago. No one knows what he did before, so there's all kinds of rumors about him.
I see. Thanks. Starting to get a clearer picture of this.
Huh?
Listen up. not uncommon for former prisoners to work under an alias after their release. The notoriety attached to their former name can get in the way of proper rehabilitation, you see.
What are you... No way.
Aereo, have the officers apprehend the janitor. He worked the night shift, so he might still be in the overnight room.
Yes, right away. Boss, bad news. Apparently the room's been empty all morning. Sounds like they've been looking to question Ashimiya too, but couldn't find him anywhere. No.
That all but confirms it. Just one more thing to check. There any photos of this Ashimiya?
That old man seriously hated getting his picture taken. He'd always avoid it.
Aereo, call a search for Makoto Ashimiya. We can't let him get away.
Yes, sir. Contacting HQ right away. I'm gonna be right back a sec. I'm just gonna get myself a little extra drink. Actually, getting rid of this coffee cup. Alright, I'm back. Alright. I'm so excited for later. I got all these ingredients to do like a... What's it called? Like a nice chili recipe. I remember making it once and it was really good, so... I'm hoping that when I make it the second time around, like... It's as good as I remember it. Oh my, I didn't expect all this. Yeah, how could that old man have been some horrible criminal mastermind? I can't believe it. And a curse bear on top of that. And to think he was so close to us this whole time. Gives me the chills. A guy like that really shouldn't have been allowed to work at a high school.
Let's hope it isn't already too late.
I may have shown Ashimiya my curse stone last night.
What? I don't like this one bit. Nejima did say he wasn't specifically targeting curse bears, but...
I'm glad nothing happened to you. Wait then, could it have been Old Man Ashimiya who attacked you in the hallway? I almost told him you were still in the building too. What? You did? Yikes. Good thing I didn't say anything. You might have gotten
very lucky there, kid.
Oh yeah, one of the bad endings. This is too much. I hope they find him soon. Come on, Long Arm of the Law, help us. To put a stop to the Feast of Shadows, it'd be a help if we knew more about the curses of these 7 mysteries first came about.
In that case, you're probably best off talking to that crabby researcher guy.
You mean Mr. Araishi? I wouldn't very much like to talk with him.
Alright. He's a teacher here too, isn't he? You would know about him already. He might be more inclined to talk if he's one of the students doing the talking.
You know where he is?
I do. We tried to talk to him, but he refused to cooperate. But you two should give it a try. He's at his usual cafe working on his papers.
Cafe? Oh. Kurokyo Cafe in Kamizawa. Thanks. We'll head over here right now. School rules say we're not allowed to go to cafes, though.
Don't worry. I'll allow it.
Thank you. That's all it takes? There must be a mastermind behind this. Someone who'd orchestrated all this for a reason. I want to find out why. Hitomi did say that Mr. Yoshimi entrusted her with something. He did? What was it? Yoshimi gave her a talisman? Yes. Apparently he also asked to look after another one just like it. One that Michio had. What kind of talisman could they be, boss?
Doesn't ring a bell. But if Yoshimi was talking about him with his dying breath, it must have been pretty important.
Did he find a talisman on Michio where the body was found?
I'll check, but if they did, Yoshimi would have had plenty of time to retrieve it before he died.
Right. Would you consider giving us Hitomi's contact information? I'd like to talk with her about the talisman. I'm not sure. She never opened up to anyone, except Mr. Yoshimi. I'm no good, huh? I was friends with Yoshimi, though. You don't seem like a bad guy. Not all scary for a cop. But I doubt that'll be enough for her. She really doesn't want to end up being a suspect. To be honest, she was even a bit wary of us.
Well then. You think she'd talk to Yoshimi's fiancé? Haven't they met before?
Oh, they have. She told us about that. Yes. She might be willing to talk to her.
Alright. Then we better find her fast.
You haven't been able to reach her. That's a little worrying.
Mayu Chozawa. We'll let you know as soon as we manage to contact her.
Okay. I'd be willing to give Hitomi's contact information to her.
Oh, oops.
Oh, right. One more thing. Hitomi told me that Mr. Yoshimi gave her instructions in the event that something happened. He told her to give the talisman to Mr. Nakayoshi from the police headquarters.
What? So this was a Nakagoshi case? Why would Yoshimi tell her that?
Could you check on it?
I will, but I don't know if they'll pick up when I call.
Is he with Paranormal Affairs Bureau?
Oh yes, Nakagoshi's the chief. He's almost never in, so I don't really know the guy. To be honest, I'm not even sure if he exists or if he's just a figurehead. I've never spoken to him myself. All the Paranormal Affairs cases are referred to as Nakagoshi cases.
Jeez, what's up with that? That amulet Hitomi was looking for may be the missing puzzle piece to this mystery. That seems like everything. What was that thing you mentioned about Michio earlier? Something about a grudge? Did you know anything about her? What's your relation? I'm her friend. I was actually planning to resurrect her at first.
Ah, I see. We gained quite a lot of information from you two. It's only fair we share as well. Tell her, Ario.
Alright. Keep in mind this is just a theory, though. A game theory. Okay. After re-examining the crime scene, Yoshimi concluded that Michio's death wasn't a suicide, but a vehicular collision. A what? An accident? Being hit by a speeding truck or a van would have resulted in similar injuries. An investigation was ordered by Yoshimi, so it seems he had doubts about it being a suicide. A van? Speeding? Yako, what's wrong? You okay? Ah.
Man crunches.
A van. There's a young man in the driver's seat. In the passenger seat, a woman. Yako! Yes. Wait, was I? Are you back? Are you back now? How do you feel? You're covered in sweat. Yeah. I'm okay. I think. Sorry, I went a little crazy there. It's no problem, as long as you're okay. That was quite a surprise, though. Yoshimi talked to you about Michio, didn't he? Well, he didn't give me any specifics, if you're wondering about that. So, I don't know what was truly on Michio's mind either. Right. Do you have any idea why Jinoichi was so scared of Michio? About that? I'm not exactly sure how to put this, but... I see. Well, I half expected it was something like that. Thank you for telling me. Sorry, it was hard to explain.
I wonder what got his hands on the table to blackmail her like that.
Michio, what happened?
It's usually easier to let Ario do the talking when it comes to young people, but we only have a day. It'll be quicker if I take the reins this time. But he did manage to win them over with his promise for food. Let's see how this plays out. Jinoichi almost definitely was killed by a curse. But I wonder about the exact cause of death. The curse's origins and the cause of death are connected. Could give us another lead. Forensics is still investigating the area. I didn't really want to bring these kids to a place like this, but there were too many onlookers outside for us to speak comfortably. Besides, it would be good to have Michio look around the scene too. No, Mio. Oops. It'd be good to have Mio look around. Okay.
This is one hell of a coincidence, huh? That this random girl you know is already involved in the case? What's that rope all around? It indicates where Jinoichi's body was found. They moved his body, but this way we still have an idea of how it was found. Yikes. That's a little gross. You can even see how his arms and legs are all... Ugh.
Cool it, Ario. You're scaring her. This kind of stuff is a little much for a kid.
Hey, I'm pretty sure she only asked because you were staring at it so intently.
Alright, that's enough, Mio. What do you think?
I knew it the second I looked at the scene. You're right. Traces of a curse still linger here.
I figured as much.
Does that mean Jinoichi was killed by one of the curses of the Seven Mysteries? Yes. A strong curse like that always leaves behind a trace. Wow, Mio, you're so calm. Are you used to this kind of thing? I wouldn't say I'm used to it. It just comes with experience, I guess.
No. I've heard some stories about you. Did you investigate a gruesome scene where someone killed by a paranormal attack without even breaking a sweat?
Stop it, Mr. Tsusumi. It's gonna get the wrong idea. Whoa, that's amazing! Mio, you're a professional. You think? Totally! You're cool even in the face of death. That's awesome. When you put it like that, I'm not sure how awesome it is. Hey, boss. Forensics is calling. I'll go see what they have to say.
Sure. Thanks.
Boss, they found this on the ground a short distance away from the crime.
What's that? A ribbon?
Yeah, the kind you use to tie up your hair. What? I've seen that ribbon before. You have? Go on. That's the ribbon that Michio always used to wear.
What?
Does that mean Michio is here?
I love this pose Tsutsumi has. He looks like, what's it called? It's just like, can't comprehend this. It reminds me of that old Jackie Chan image of him like grasping at his head. And like there's like a meme where like there's like impact text that's like, my head is full of fuck. I'm like, I feel like that's what I envision whenever like Tsutsumi does this pose. He's like, oh, my brain is full of fuck. I can't comprehend what you're putting down.
Does that mean Michio's?
My goodness, you know a lot of memes. That's what happens when you're old. When you're old, you remember all of the memes, even the ones from 2009. Oh, God. It's like back when we stopped having... Back before the age of Wojaks, we used to have reaction images where we used to trace over little images. We used to trace over images from the manga Gantz, and we used to put "Why You No Like Me" over them in impact font. We used to trace over celebrity photos. We used to have things like derp and derpina. It's like, okay, Grandpa, it's time to go to bed. You're being worked up again. Was it something you saw online? Did you hear what's it called, the Numa Numa song, Dragonstea, and it made you like, what's it called, a little nostalgic for the times? Are you sure?
Definitely. I have the same one at home. You bought it together. That has to be hers.
Then, did she come back to life somehow?
But how? If it was Michio... If I was Michio and I came back to life... Well, I guess the first thing I would do is, like, see what movies are out. It's like, I don't know what movies were released in between the time of my death and, like, the time I came back. Like, hell yeah, I would haunt a movie theater just so I can watch a ton of movies. Nowadays, they even, like, broadcast old movies, too. So you can go to the movie theater, see old movies and new movies. Damn. I need to curse a movie theater. I need to curse like a random seat in like a Cinemark or like a Regal or even better, an iPic or an IMAX. Just curse a seat so I get to watch all the movies, even the bad ones. That'd be ideal. I don't know about this revenge stuff. I want to see some movies. Where would I go?
That's the question. She got revenge on Jinoichi, but she may have more revenge to dish out.
Is there anyone else she'd have a grudge against?
Well, what about the guy who killed her in the collision?
If she really did come back to life, then it's terribly sad that she'd be spending her new chance at life like this. Being obsessed with revenge, such a tragic way to live.
It's like, okay, now they're like, you don't have to grill anymore. We're not going to give you any more reasons to grill.
I'm afraid that's all we can tell you.
Don't worry, you were a big help. Thank you. We should start our search for Nejima and Mayu Chizawa.
It might be worth to check out the Michio house as well, just in case.
Let's use the school as our base of operations. If anything happens, go to one of the officers hanging around here.
Got it. Thank you, and good luck. We'll go talk to Mr. Araishi about a way to lift the curse. Alright, boss. Let's get going whenever you're ready. Alright, funky jazz music. We're back, baby. Let's go. Okay, we got Dead or Alive. Or Samon. Ooh, I gotta stretch my back out a bit. Which one is this one? Oh, that's Tsutsumi. Okay, so I have another Hadouei one. Let me stand up a bit. I gotta stretch. I can't be shrimping. Big shrimping, babe. I have it. Feels good. Let me get this off, because I'm like... Well, I'm not getting anything off. I'm like, what's it called? I was like, I need to like, kind of untuck and then retuck like my tank top, because it's getting itchy. Because like what I'm wearing is like a big like, kind of almost like a harness or like a, it's like a corset. But the corset is meant to make my back straightened out. It's Velcro, so I didn't get to do that thing where like, what's it called? I didn't get to reenact the CL situation. Alright, let's start with Hadouei. Hadouei and Richter visit Michio's home, having determined her to be a key player in unsolved mysteries from a year before. As the complicated story begins to unravel, they encounter two men. Alright, swinging jazz. You like jazz? Man, allow me to introduce one of our country's most elite detectives. The name's June Aereo. I hardly call myself elite, but either way, it's nice to meet you. I love Richter. He's just like, what's it called? Meet the most elite detective. And then Aereo's just like, hi. I wouldn't call myself elite, but like, you know, it's nice to meet you. I'm like the greatest detective in Tokyo, but now I'm here. The greatest detective in Tokyo, and he's busy flirting with like Tsutsumi the entire time. It's like, that's right, Aereo, you are the best. You are the sunshine of my life, the one who always keeps me warm. Hey. I'm trying to remember the Stevie Wonder lyrics. This here's the brilliant Chief Inspector, Tsutsumi. And yes, he is just as rough and tumble as he looks.
Sometimes I really don't know if you're complimenting or putting me down.
So you two are detectives. This is my client, Mrs. Hadouei Shigima. Her father's a big deal in the police himself, so remember to mind your manners. Oh, let me get up a second. I need to turn on a light. The fuck ass B from the B movie. You like jazz? Sorry. Man, I've come across too many instances where people are just like, okay, how can we break this one thing? How can we break technology? And the instant answer is, we can break technology by feeding it the B-movie script. So every time you try to, like, acknowledge something, like, you would just flood something with, like, the B-movie script. Your father's a big deal in the police chief himself, so remember to mind your manners. A bigwig named Shigema? Boss, you know this guy?
Shit. I've heard the name, but, you know, I don't keep track of who's in the upper echelons.
There's no need to worry. I'm my own person after all. And my father has nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, did you hear that, boss? Looks like you're getting off easy this time.
Don't make it sound like you're getting me off all the time. Don't make it sound like I'm involved in some shady business. It ain't like that.
You both seem rather jovial, despite being detectives. How rare. All the police officers I've met have always been so... dull.
Well, you won't find any dull cops here. We'll round up all the criminals with a smile. That's our motto.
How lovely. Keep it up.
Just hold on 1 second. This is the first time I'm hearing of this.
Well, you're right about them not being your typical detectives. It's like, oh man, Haraway, we met the fun detectives. We met the fun police, and not like the people who police fun, but they're the police that is also fun. We're the detectives of fun. Let's see. What brings you here, Richter? You on the case? That's right. I'm picking up the police's slack. Life hasn't hit them yet. It's like they haven't had to... Well, I guess Tsutsumi has probably like been in some deep crap, but I feel like maybe on the positive side, because it's a lot more rural, like they're not dealing with anything like heavily corrupt. I was thinking about this with Persona, because some people say that like in Persona 4, like, what's it called? Like Chie's aspirations for being a cop is a bit suspect. I'm like, she's kind of being a small town cop in like Inaba. Like, that's like a very small town in Japan. And I feel like usually when it comes to like probably small town like Japanese cops, I imagine the most you have is just like disturbances in like the neighborhood, or maybe like traffic violations or parking violations, or like people that are drunk or something. But like in the big city in Persona 5, like it's a little bit more suspect when you have people that are like, yes, I want to be part of like the police force, when like most of the police in 5 are like corrupt as fuck. And it's like, oh no, the city police are hella corrupt. But for some reason that just, what's it called? You get like the idea that in 4 all of the cops are just very bumbling small town just like police. I'm assuming that with Tsutsumi and Ario, they're just kind of like not dealing with, they're mostly just kind of dealing with very small time stuff aside from the big murder case. At least that's what I tell myself, so I don't feel too bad about like standing Chie. It's like, no, you don't get it. My waifu is pure. You fuckers. It's all good. Hopefully, yeah, I guess probably life hasn't hit a lot of these dudes fast. I trust you remember the kidnapping and murder case from last year.
Oh, I remember now. You're that Haruhi Shigema from the kidnapping case.
Did I miss something?
Just know that I'm lost in what you're talking about sometimes. I'm sorry. This one's just about Persona, like the Shin Megami Tensei spin-off. I'm like a big fan of like at least Persona 3. I should replay 2 at some point, but I did just get the DLC for Persona 3, so that might be something I play a little later on, maybe part of the year. Keep yapping, I'll still listen. Thank you. I try to be as accommodating as possible. Or like, if I feel like someone's out of the loop, I'll try to like explain things in like the most like, kind of like Wikipedia or like distilled like summary. Because I'm like, okay, like I don't have to give a huge info dump, but at the very least I can at least get people on like the right page as far as what I'm thinking. Oh, thanks. I feel like, what's it called? I have like a little bit of like I guess high functioning autism, where like I guess it used to be called Asperger's, but now I think it's just called high functioning autism. And with a lot of that, I feel like I've been a lot more concerned about how I use like my words and such. I'm a lot better with writing than speaking, so it's one of those things where it's a little difficult to be able to like put words into actions, or sometimes I talk faster than I can think. So that's why sometimes I'm like stammering through my words, or sometimes I feel listless, or I'm just like rambling. But at the same time, I know that like I get a little slightly insecure about like clarity, so I try to make sure that I have as much clarity as possible, so a lot of my speaking isn't fragmented, because I'm a lot better with like using my words by typing them rather than speaking them. So if I'm going to speak, and if I'm going to have my thoughts like put to words that I speak out, I would want it to at least like make sure that people understand where I'm coming from, or at least understand like be on the same page about at least some of the stuff, or at least some of like the themes or messages of like the words I'm just like verbally just dripping out.
Did I miss something?
Don't be an idiot. This was the case where Munasada Shigima's grandson was kidnapped. Which must have been your son, ma'am.
Indeed. The story was suppressed by the news. In the end, it was considered a huge failure on the police department's end.
Yeah, that was a big oopsies on our end, but I was totally not in the police force then, so it's all Satsumi's fault. Teehee.
Most of the investigation was conducted in secret. Unfortunately, the department is unwilling to reopen the case. Any investigation carried out afterwards turned up nothing at all, which is why I'm now on the job. So they never caught the culprit, huh? That's rough. So your findings have brought you to this place, then? That's right. An individual connected to the case used to live around here. Used to? That's right. As of last week, they're deceased. We hope to talk to the family. No one was home when I checked last time, so I figured we'd try again. Interesting. I'm sure it doesn't look good on the police to be mishandling cases like these. If there really was a culprit, it should be our responsibility to bring them to justice. Well, I do consider the police my people. So, you consider the blame to be shared. You've got a stern side as well, I see.
Oh, you already have that.
I thought it might cause trouble standing out in the middle of the street talking like this, but so far we haven't drawn attention. Then again, that might just be because nobody wants to get involved in this case.
By the way, ma'am, this might be sudden. There's something I'd like for you to confirm.
And that is?
Do you happen to know anything about the 7 mysteries of Honjo?
Sorry, Chief, but that's hardly...
With all due respect, investigator, I think my question was addressed to the lady.
If you insist.
What do you say, ma'am? Can you tell us anything?
Let's see, where do you go from here? Admission of guilt, or I don't know much? I guess I'll say I don't know much.
I've heard of the 7 mysteries, but this talk of curses eludes me.
That's so. Well, I'm sorry for the intrusion.
It's pretty easy to lie to Tatsumi during the day. I guess because in the night you could tell. I can't BS around you at night.
Come to think of it, there were some things about this area last night. Something about strange yet conspicuously dressed men in white loitering around.
Wait a second.
I assume they were talking about you, investigator.
Well, I won't argue that I'm strange and conspicuously dressed in white. And as it turns out, I was here last night to conduct my investigation.
Did you run into anything strange and out of the ordinary?
Out of the ordinary?
I guess I did observe a few suspicious characters. You were asking about curses just now. Why would a public servant be interested in the occult?
Boss, Richter's a smart man. He can help us if we can tell him what we know.
I can't promise I'll be of any help to you, but I'm interested in hearing what you got to say. Something's happening in Honjo, isn't there? It must be something big if they've got you head office guys on it.
Well, guess it's alright. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Thank you, boss. Listen closely to what we're about to say, Richter.
So by using curses to commit murders, these people collect soul dregs to perform the rite of resurrection? And these curse stones are somehow connected to the 7 mysteries of Honjo. It's a tough story to swallow, but I don't see a reason to doubt you either. We figure these strange occurrences happened around here recently. They're connected to these curses. To get this situation under control, we've been searching for the curse bearers to confiscate their curse stones. Do you have any information that can help us? That's tough. I never expected curses and other mumbo-jumbo to play onto this. But if we're talking shady characters, there was this middle-aged fellow I saw in South Watagesui Street. He had an average build, anxious, like he was searching for prey. Boss, what do you think?
Well, considering the location, could have been Hideki Araishi. We've already got his curse stone.
Impressive. You two are working quick.
You see anything else?
Not that I can remember.
It's a shame.
Man, y'all could have told me about that one dude you met at the soap place.
If you see any characters that look like they might carry a curse stone, it'd be a huge help if you let us know.
Absolutely. I'll let you know if I find any. Richter, perhaps could you lend us a hand in our case too? There's a number of people we can't track, and finding missing persons happens to be your specialty. No? I hate to disappoint, but I'm busy enough with this case. The faith of my clients is what keeps me afloat. I have to prioritize requests by the order in which they come. I see. Well, can't say that's not fair. What do you need a private investigator for anyways? The cops should have plenty of bright folks to throw at the job. True, but this isn't an ordinary case we're dealing with here. Huh? By the way, that reminds me, Richter.
Yes?
You said the person who used to live here died last week. You be referring to Michio Shiraishi? By chance?
You knew?
I thought so. It seems we're here at the same time for the same reason then. Seriously, Michio is involved with curses and magic? Strictly speaking, the curse part isn't our concern. We're looking into Ryoshimi's case. Yoshimi. Oh, right. Hajime Yoshimi. That's right. He died on the job. I'm sure you've heard of it. I heard. It was a most unfortunate loss. So there was a connection between Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division and Michio.
Oh, hold on. Let's focus on Michio for a second. You think she had something to do with the kidnapping?
Talk about unforeseen circumstances. Exchanging information should prove mutually beneficial. I'll tell you what I know, but in return, I want a full scoop on what your findings are concerning Michio. Sure, to tell you the truth. What? You believe Michio's ghost is the one who killed Mr. Jinoichi? So he wasn't just mumbling nonsense? I mean, we haven't confirmed anything yet. But the testimonies we've heard and the evidence we've found point in that direction.
Testimony? You mean from those, psychic high schoolers? Didn't they also say there was a chance Michio hadn't killed herself?
Wait. If that's all true, then... Did you figure something out? Kankichiro Iwai! Huh?
Oh man, Hadaway got friggin' scared. He's like, oh!
Kankichiro Iwai! He'll be the next victim! We have to open the door to the Shiraishi's house. We need to look inside. Hey, what's gotten into you? Boss.
I'm sure the landlord would give us the key if we asked.
Screw that! You don't know how long that could take. We can ask for permission later. Richter. Hey, Richter! Calm down. We can't just... Take that, you shitty door! That's how you do it. Richter, get a hold of yourself. I see her the same as always. Everyone, come quick. Look at this.
Damn dead people.
Whoa! What's up with this room? Boss, there's a dead body in here. Oh, could that be Michio's dad? Nah, he's our stepdad at best, if that. It's gotta be the body of Kankichiro Iwai. There's no doubt about it. This man's a goner. He's gotten real messed up. Looks like he's been here for a while. I'd say it happened last night. Eryo, did you find Jonoichi's body in the same state? Now that you mention it, it looked as though Kohei Jinoichi had died from a number of heavy blows.
What are you suggesting, investigator?
It was Michio Shiraishi. She's alive. She used the power of the curse to get back at the men who ruined her life. That's ridiculous. You're suggesting she actually revived? It's gotta be that. She's alive then. My apologies for interrupting. I know we've arrived at an interesting plot point. But do you think a dead girl is really going about taking revenge from beyond the grave? Consider this. If Michiro Shiraishi never died? But seeing as you've come this far, I'm sure you already know the truth, don't you? And so, I would have you answer me a question. Where in Honjo was Michiro Shiraishi at the hour of 8 o'clock this morning?
8 o'clock. I guess it would have to be here if she broke into the house and killed somebody. I see. So that's what you think. Let's take a moment to reconsider what you know and choose again, shall we? It's like, I see. You messed up. Time for another option. Let's see. Komagata Bridge, no. The high school? Yeah, her little thing came up. Oh, you fucked up. Alright, now. Midoricho Park. Ryogoku Bridge. Buddy Gesui. I guess it would have to be Midoricho, because that's the other place we went. Let's take a moment. Oh. If Michio Shiraishi was alive at 8 o'clock... Oh no, I can't look at the timeline. It's not Buddy Gesui. Is it the park? Sorry, this is gonna be a lot of guesstimation. Komagata Bridge is the vengeance. It's like, nope, you still got it wrong. Jeez, I'm dealing with a really dumb player. It's like, let's keep guesstimating. I see, so that's what you think. Okay, I did most of these. It'd either be Ryogoku Bridge or Hinoji Bridge. One of these bridges. Nope. Okay, we're having Shikima Residence. I feel like I chose almost all this. Maybe Sumida? Candy shop. Aha, I see. Very well. Congratulations, you're correct. Well, I guess, yeah, I guess she would have visited Yako. You got it wrong 11 times! Well, it's a trivial matter. Hey, asshole. It was difficult. I can't think. You expected a little alien bimbo to think about all this? It may have been easier to reach that conclusion had you considered the cause of death. Let's bring you back to the story then, shall we? I've taken up enough of your time. The cause of death? Wait a second. The candy shop. Old-fashioned when taken Honoji. Yako Sakizaki's family. Many families on the dirt ground. Domai space where you can eat monjayaki. Steady decline. You really think Michio Shiraishi is alive? Wait a second. Michio, where did she... I guess she died around there. Michio and Yako formed a long-lasting relationship. What? So you really think Michio Shiraishi's alive? Just think it through, and it all becomes obvious. Tracks, bud. You really think this girl could have managed all this? First of all, Ariel, report this to HQ. Understood. I'll get on it right away. Yeah, it's so eerie. The soundtrack's really poppin'. I'll start investigating this place.
I'm sure isn't lacking in stuff that needs to be looking at. There's a bunch of photos of the same person pasted to the wall over there. Huh? Whoa now, hold on. These photos. Are these all of Fumichika Nejima? Gross.
Really? Come to think of it, he was in the papers a lot back in the day. Oh, there's even more pasted up over there. These are all cutouts from the newspaper magazines about his murders.
I don't get it. Why the weirdo shrine? Let's keep looking around.
The same man, every picture. Is that him?
Wow, this is quite a spectacle. I don't think I'll ever manage to erase this from my mind.
Don't worry, Richter. You're quite the spectacle yourself.
You mean to compare me with the likes of this bizarre criminal?
Look at these pictures of Nejima cut out from the newspapers. Whoever put these was obsessed. I wonder what their intent was.
You think the Shiraishis are connected to the Nejima cases? Perhaps they did this just to not forget the grudge. Crazy to think Nejima might be involved in all this too.
Do you think there might have been anything with the body here?
Maybe. The man's already out on parole. He's a cursed bear with a cursed stone now. Denounced that from the sun down today, I'll be going around a killing spree.
Oh dear.
There is an emergency search underway as we speak, but no one's ever managed to get a hold of the bastard. He hasn't changed his ways.
That doesn't bode too well. To tell you the truth, the lady here isn't completely unconnected from the Nejima murders either.
Don't say.
That's right. We talked about it last night. 20 years ago, I found the hand in the Sumida River that brought the incident to light.
You don't say! You were the kid from back then. You're really brave. Did a great deed.
Were you the detective I spoke with? I have no idea.
So you two have met before. Can't see that. I've been worried about Fumichika Nejima. And they might... I've been worried that Fumichika Nejima might bear resentment towards you, ma'am. You might be right. Fortunately, that asshole's quite the resentful type.
Oh dear.
That asshole. Wonder who put this idea in his head. Now he's got the one-sided read too. Threatening to massacre a bunch of people at Honjo at sundown.
Seriously?
On top of that, he's been itching to get revenge on me as well. Of all the things, the man's gone and threatened to kill my daughter.
Damn, that's quite a threat. Certainly can't afford to stay put here.
The fucker wants to get us all antsy. When I finally get to arresting him, it'll be with a cool head.
Not gonna give him the pleasure, huh? Well, UI and Fumichika Nejima have anything to do with each other, then this room might hold clue to his location.
Let's hope so.
It's off-putting to look at. I can't but wonder what when the world this is.
They're magic runes. They're used in Western black magic rituals. Most of the time they're useless imitations though. I wouldn't get too excited about that.
Oh my. Who knew the Chief Inspector was such an expert on the occult?
I just chanced upon the information. That girl with the spirit sense we mentioned, she's pretty informed on the subject.
Someone was attempting to perform Western black magic in this place. Pretty absurd if you ask me. Of course, the person in question was dead serious about it all.
There are old books scattered around everywhere.
I wonder what they're all about. Many of them are written in a foreign language. It'll be a pain to look through all these. Let's save them for later.
Continue looking around. These aren't just cut out from publications. They even snapped a couple shots of their own.
They must have admired him. Why else would they have collected so many pictures?
Whatever's the case, I'm certain they're obsessed. This drawer's really old. Chief Inspector, mind if I look inside? Huh? I mean, in a normal case, only the police would be allowed to touch things, right? Right, Ario isn't here, so let me take a look. They're just clothes. Not much variety. Can't say they were big spenders. Well, I was hoping to find a kind of talisman, but I guess we're not so lucky. Right. Thank you anyways. The person who put all these notes up must be obsessed with Nejima. Might have some relation to the victims, or perhaps it was the opposite.
The opposite?
What if it wasn't loathing, but admiration?
Then...
it'd be a pain to look through these. There are candles and stones with inscriptions placed all over. Are these tools for some ritual? Hey, don't touch anything. You hear? Ah, that's right. Considering there's a murder scene, we have to leave everything as is. All this can be used as evidence. Anyone beside forensics toys with it, it'll cause trouble down the road. The sliding door leads to the kitchen. Barely fits the frame. Looks like it's been here. Let's see. This ritual or whatever was something he attempted to do recently. Plenty of neighbors mentioned they have heard a strange mantra noise coming from here during the night. You think EY was the one chanting?
Hard to say. Could have been one of the Shiraishis as well.
We look through these books in the back. Might learn whatever it is they're trying to do. There's nothing to confirm about his identity. From the looks of him, I'd say that's Kankichiro Iwai. You've seen him before? I heard he had a criminal record, so I assumed he wouldn't have had a respectable occupation.
Is this what a curse does to a person?
Ma'am, it'd be better not to look so closely.
It's amazing.
Cruel is what it is. What do you say, Chief? Would you let me look through it if I wore gloves? Well, it's not like I'm of any help with foreign languages. Go ahead.
Thank you. Seems to be a book on Western black magic. The same runes are written here, along with detailed descriptions of the procedures. I suppose you call these grimoires. It's all a bunch of nonsense, if you ask me.
You think this EY guy was studying him? Perhaps to perform some kind of ritual?
There were a bunch of handwritten notes beside the grimoires. Whoever it was, they were real serious about it.
EY doesn't look like the type to be into this stuff.
But you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But why would he be studying black magic?
According to the materials, this here is a rune for the restoration of youth. Perhaps he was trying to become young again. This over here seems to be black magic relating to resurrection. Each one of these spells requires a human sacrifice. Talk about dangerous.
Resurrection. Like a rite? Guess no matter what part of the world, people will turn to the occult for similar reasons.
What's that?
Looks like a journal. It's probably EY's.
Journal.
His writing is suspicious, though. It's almost as if he was writing a report on someone. Oh, wow. Now this is something.
What is it? What did he write?
This is quite the find. Let me find you a summary. So this is Konkichido Iwai. This fella's been searching for a spell to restore youth for years. So he was into black magic from the start. He believed he could learn to successfully perform a spell. Then he could use it to earn a fortune. To tell you the truth, it seems he's already getting funded after acquiring the grimoire.
You don't say. This is starting to sound awfully familiar. But first, let's find out if he got his hands on the grimoire.
It seems Nejima told him where he could obtain the book when they were both in prison.
What? That's nearly too much of a coincidence.
Likely not coincidence. Seems like Iwai took an interest in the Nejima murders after it made the news. He admired him rather passionately. You might even say he worshipped the man.
Worship? Nejima, of all people?
This was a time when students were itching to rebel. Anyone who did something to shake the world was bound to gather admirers. Iwai had been collecting these photos ever since that time. And since he just so happened to land in prison at the same time as Nejima, he made sure to get in contact.
This is a lot. I mean, even after having it all laid out like this.
The thought of Nejima being involved in these grimoires is staggering. I don't think we've ever had anything pointed out to that. What's the connection? To be honest, it's a shock to me too. For years, we've been scratching our heads over the motives behind the Nejima murders.
Yep, it's been a mystery to us ever since the start.
Whoa now. Wait just a minute. You think? No way. You're saying... That's right. The murders might have been for a ritual. He was attempting to perform black magic. The instructions written down for the sacrificial offering match up exactly with the acts carried out by Nejima.
You've got to be kidding me.
So that sadistic crap he was going to do was all for black magic? That's what the evidence suggests. However, Nejima tried to do some kind of resurrection ritual. Iwai had different motives. Chief Inspector, you think this is all stuff of fantasy? You might think this is stuff of fantasy, but that doesn't refute that Nejima and Iwai were both acting in earnest.
This is batshit insane. You're telling me that nutjob did all this for some hokey pokey resurrection? Shit. Resurrection.
That means there must have been something Nejima wanted to bring back to life.
Damn it. That's it. That has to be it. Fucking hell. It makes sense now.
What is it?
About the Nejima murders. There's some information that's been kept from the public.
Go on.
When we broke into his house and arrested him, we also found a baby.
A baby?
It was a girl. Looked to be around 6 months old. It was covered in filth. She looked so sick and weakly.
We called medics right away. We were there a second later. I'm sure the girl would have died. So, was Nejima the father?
He told us he found her under the bridge.
He found her? She was abandoned?
I heard the parents threatened to leave their kid under a bridge as a threat. Think it really happens.
I suppose there are those cases with the dead newborns found stuffed in a coin locker. So, it's not without precedent.
Whatever the case, we never found out the truth. There's one more rumor. And it's starting to sound more likely now. Well, I'm sure this isn't the first time you heard of it. Many believe Nejima's guilty of more crimes than when he got convicted. Back then, a lot of girls went missing.
Yeah, I remember all of that.
Among the high school girls that might have been murdered, or maybe I should say sacrificed, was a girl who was pregnant.
Goodness. That's horrific.
Killed her. Dismembered the body. And we thought maybe the killer we found is what we pulled from inside. Don't misunderstand me. It's all speculation on top of more speculation here. But I for one never believed that man would just take a baby he found under the bridge.
I'm feeling sick.
Stay strong, ma'am. I know it's hard to hear. Like I said, don't take what I said to be the full truth. Running on speculation back then. Now that this whole resurrection magic has come back into play, we should consider the possibility it was his child, and that maybe he was trying to revive whoever the mother was. It's just a theory, but my life would be a tad easier if it were true.
That's an interesting thought. If there's anyone Nejima would want to resurrect, a deceased wife is as good as any. The fact that he obtained a curse stone suggests he has an interest in the rite of resurrection.
Damn, you're right. Or I was thinking he was only after the curse's power to massacre.
Chief Inspector.
Yeah?
What happened to the child?
That a birth registration on file. The best we could do is find a girl with some suitable foster parents. It was decided to keep the investigation and the circumstances secret for the sake of the child's future. Well, I'm glad she was taken care of.
Let me be right back a second. I just have to go to the restroom.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I might have to head out after this chapter. What's it called? Starting to get a little late on my end, and I have to make some meal prep. But we still got plenty of chapters, so we're all good. Alright, let's see what else to investigate. Don't mean to derail the conversation, but there's still more written in EY's journal. You know EY had managed to obtain the grimoire, thanks to the advice he got from his idol Nejima while in prison. After conducting the research and gathering more information, we've now determined... He determined he had a chance to get rich quick.
Right. He thought he could make some money if he could successfully use rejuvenation magic.
Correct. As it turns out, someone gave him the, wait. There's a typo here. It turns out someone gave him the idea. They add an extra him here. Correct. Turns out someone gave him the idea. And get this. It was the one and only queen and chairman of Hihaku Soaps herself, Natsue Yamamori. I'll pretend I didn't see that. It's just, what's it called? Whenever I see a typo, I just find it to be amusing. I think I saw like one or two in the past for Paranormasight, but I'm not usually somebody that's like, oh, this is a bad game or a bad translation because there's like, what's it called? Typos. But I'm like, damn, this snuck in here. It's those little imperfect imperfections that I just find really endearing about like a game. Kind of like when a game has really bad dubbing. Or like a soundtrack where like all of the music sounds like shit. Like that's so fun. I usually enjoy that.
Wait, the chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps?
So that's where this leads.
Here, let me read what he wrote. The Queen of Hihaku has a strange fear of growing old. Her fear of death is even worse. If she does die, she wishes to be revived. She will spend whatever it takes to preserve her beauty. Magic, rituals, and rites. She'll use whatever means necessary. Her tenacity is unbelievable. She was apparently investing money into any research on resurrection and youth and the like.
So she would even throw her money at the occult. The places greed would take you. Well then, that brings us to Hideki Araishi. She presumably funded his research into the Rite of Resurrection as well.
That's what this all points towards. I wouldn't be surprised if the Witch of Hihaku pounced on the rumors of Rite of Resurrection too.
Starting to sound likely.
It might also be why she's spreading the rumor about having godly powers.
Godly powers? What's that all
about? You can ignore that. Either way, I think EY took the payments he was getting for his research to seduce a family into taking him into keeping a low profile. Shiraishi family, Michio and her mother, Toshiko, were just his unlucky marks. And this is where you get involved. Are you feeling steady, ma'am? Huh? This has something to do with me? Are you saying that? No way. You can't mean...
You've realized then.
Perhaps.
let's see. From Ka... I'm starting to get the names all mixed up. Toshiko Shiraishi. Let me get like a refresher on some of these names. There's Michiro Shiraishi. The mom. Fumichika Nejima's sacrifice was a child.
Fumichika Nejima's living sacrifice was a child.
What, ma'am? Calm down, it wasn't. Oh. Oh, oops.
Was I mistaken? Then what do you mean? Ma'am, please calm down.
EY moved in with the Shiraishis to practice magic. He needed a sacrifice to perform his youth resurrection spell, but that means extracting the life force from someone young.
So it was EY. This man... EY worshipped Nejima. So he must have also despised Nejima's detractors. Not to mention, he was captured and sent to jail once before. Surely he had a bone to pick with the police. So when he realized they had a chance to both avenge Nejima, embarrass the police, and acquire a living sacrifice at the same time.
Fuck! You've got it! EY kidnapped Haruhi Shigima's son, and managed to score 3 birds with 1 stone.
You're telling me that horrid man, he never had the intention of returning my child? Although there never had been a reason. Why, the kidnappers seemed to mock the police. He never wanted money. His aim was to humiliate the force. It all made sense. He must have used Michio to lawyer your boy's defenses and kidnap him on his way back home.
So EY worship. EY moved with the Shiraishis to practice in magic. So EY and the Shiraishis kidnapped my kid. Let me see EY again.
That man, he took Shuichi.
Ma'am, please calm down. I understand, but you must remember to breathe.
You don't understand. You must have absolutely no idea what I'm going through. This isn't a joke. I wouldn't expect the police to understand. You never understand. Living sacrifices? What a stupid, stupid idea from a stupid little man.
Okay, ma'am. Just take a moment to breathe. Why don't you get some fresh air?
I can't believe this. This is...
Chief, I think it's best we take our leave. But before we go, there's one more important piece of information noted in this journal. Oh? EY got into contact with the Nejimas last year, after Nejima was released on parole. We provided him with accommodation and financial support. That's so. He managed to find a hideout for Nejima to stay in. Damn it. If anything, rather than use his money to support the Shiraishis, it seems most went to Nejima instead. Nejima's lurking around anywhere at the moment. It's probably in a hideout. Did he write where it is?
Unfortunately, no. Not that I can tell. It seems Michio knew where it was. She never went with Nejima in person. She was made to go in and clear up, among other things.
What good is that information? The girl's all dead. Wait, no. She's alive.
That's right. Michio Shiraishi's alive. You can find her, get her to talk, get her to spill the beans on his hideout too. Investigator, I'm asking you. Should get going. The lady's not well.
Oh man. What's Harue's whole thing from this? That's a lot to unpack.
Are you feeling better, ma'am? Now that we've gotten some fresh air? I'm fine. Suddenly, finding out who the kidnapper was really made me lose my wits. We managed to solve the kidnapping case by pure luck here. You're right. But, Richter, I feel grateful towards Michio. 'Cause she killed the kidnapper? There's that too. But it's for something else. If Michio is the one killing all these people, then she must have acquired quite a sizable amount by now. Soul dregs, I mean. Hey Richter. Whether the kidnapper is dead or alive, it doesn't mean a thing. Revenge won't bring my boy back. And if Nejima's planning to cause a massacre to collect soul dregs, then all the better. I won't give up on resurrection. So, I'm counting on you.
Oh man. I think I might head out now. I gotta, what's it called? I gotta do some meal prep. I also gotta like have a little something to eat. Gotta get into me a bit. A little hunger pang. This has been perfect. This is such an awesome game. I'm so captivated. Not the ad break. I can't even see it because this ad, like, what's it called? I feel like I updated OBS, but because I updated OBS, like, it just up and vanished. My, like, what's it called? My ad bar, so I could actually control it. Damn, bro. Alright. Let me get everything together. Just one more save, of course. Man. Some fun twists and turns. This has been a good time. I'm really glad I played this. Thank y'all so much for coming along. It's always, what's it called? It's always awesome to pop into Paranormasight. This has been a wonderful adventure. Just a whirlwind. But before I head out, I'm going to poke my beating mark, poke the mic, and send out all kinds of positive vibes for the week. But I guess for this week, I'm still gonna do my my early morning Fields of Mystria one because I got a little invested in March's whole thing. But Saturday, I'm thinking of doing some kind of I guess probably some like improvised something. Because I have one more week, I think, before Pokemon Legends comes out. And what's it called? I'll be doing that on my Saturdays. Like after, what's it called? After this week. but it might be. I'm not sure if it's gonna be fighting games or if it might be like double Paranormasight, but I'll have to see. But until this Tuesday with Fields of Mystery, I'll be seeing you all. Bye.